Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to complete the Christmas 2024 event in a Microwave Dinner. So yeah, let's get started. So similar to last year, Microwave Dinner actually released a new Christmas update here, where you can actually get some free hats as well as a little paint for your character here. And I'll be showing you how to complete every part of the event here before it does go away. So in order to actually go to the event area, you want to go to the hub here and then head over to the center here and then press E to navigate. And then once you're here, you actually want to select the Christmas 2024 map right over here and then press select and you should be able to teleport to this area. So right over here, once you actually teleport to the Christmas area, there are actually 4 different hats you can actually find before you start the quest. So I'm going to show you how to get all 4 of those items first, and then I will show you how to complete the quest here. So from the spawn area right over here, you actually want to go over to this little lodge area that's in the front. And once you head over to the front of this lodge area, there is actually going to be the first hat right over here, right on the front of it. And it's going to be this little elf hat here. So once you do find it, you can press E to take it, and that should give you the elf hat here. So once you get this elf hat, the second hat is actually on the left side right over here. So once you turn around, you actually want to head over towards the left side here, towards this yellow banner. Now once you reach this yellow banner, you actually want to go past it right over here, and then keep going on the side, following this path in between the trees. And right over here, you want to keep going until you reach the red banner right over here, and then once you see this red banner, you actually want to stop and head over to the left of that banner right over here. And you should see this little snow fort wall right over there, and right on the other side of that wall is actually the next item, right next to this snowman. So once you do find this little snow wall, you can actually take the next hat, and that should be the second hat. So once you get that second hat, you actually want to head over back to the lodge area, which you can see in the distance, back where the elf hat was. So once you're back over here where the elf hat was, now the next hat is actually on the right path this time, so you want to go over here on the right side here. And you want to keep going past this green banner on the right side, and once again go in this path in between these trees right over here. And the next item is going to be right over here on the left side, right next to these signs. So once you do find these signs right over here, you can actually find the next hat on the side, which is going to be this little winter hat. So once you do find it over there, you can press E to pick it up, and that should be the third hat right over there. And once you have that third hat, the last hat is actually in the lodge. So you want to head over back to the elf hats once again to actually go ahead and get the last one in the lodge. So once you make your way back to the elf hat, now you can actually go inside the lodge right over here, climbing up the wall that's behind the elf hat, and actually going in the lodge right over here. So over here, once you enter the lodge, the new hat should be on the left side, right next to the ski gear sign. It is going to be in this box right over here. So once you do find the box, you can actually take the hat, and that's going to be the last one here that you can find without the quests. So once you get the item, now you can actually start the quest, which actually is in the lodge area. So now you actually just want to head over to the back of the lodge, where you should be able to find this little junk bot over here, and you can actually speak to it and he will give you the quest right over here. So there are 2 steps to actually completing this mission. The first step is finding 4 different items. You need to find a snow globe, mittens, cookies, and a toy plane. So once you speak to him, now you actually can find all 4 of those items, and the first one is actually in the cabin itself. So over here, you want to walk back down the stairs and make a right turn and head over to the gift shop area right over here. Now once you're in the gift shop area, you actually want to climb up to the top using these little ledges on the side of the walls. So you're going to do a bit of parkour here to actually reach that area. So from here, you want to walk up the stairs and head up to this little fireplace. And then from here, you can use the tables to climb up to this little shelf on top of the fireplace. And then from here, you can actually hop over to this little ledge on the side. And also, while you're doing these missions, you actually will need to collect candy right over here. You will need at least 300 pieces of candy to actually claim the last item from this quest. So touching different things like presents should give you candies. Out of them, touching trees outside should also give you candies, and there are also some just scattered around. So getting at least 300 is necessary for the last item for this quest. But once you do make it over here to the sledge, now you can actually fly over to this little plank right over here, and then over here you can actually climb over to this next ledge right over here with the open present. And then from here you actually want to climb over to this little plank on the opposite side where this rope is attached to. So you just want to fly over to that section right over here. And once you make your way to this section right over here, you want to make your way up to this ledge on the left side. So this is actually, I think, the hardest jump of this little parkour section, but you can actually wall jump here and then fly up to the top, and this should make it a little bit easier to actually reach this ledge right over here. But once you make this ledge right over here, now you can just climb up to the middle right over here where these boxes are, and then you can actually fly over to this item, which is actually the snow globe. So once you do find it, you can actually touch it, and that should be the first out of the 4 done. Now the next 4 are actually outside of the cabin area. So once you do the snow globe, you can actually exit the cabin right over here and then head outside. So once you exit out of the cabin right over here, the next item we're going to get is the toy plane. So from the cabin entrance, you want to head over to the right side right over here and just keep going along this path in between the trees right over here. And you basically want to keep going until you see these floating platforms on the right side right over here. They are across from where we got the winter hat a bit earlier, so right across from that are actually these little platforms right over here. And here once again you will need to do a little bit of parkour similar to the snow globe to actually get to the end of this little obstacle area. So pretty much just jumping and hovering should get you across these platforms pretty easily. And then right over here I usually like this left path with the trees since the gap is a bit more manageable than the other one right over there, but you can just jump across and make your way to this platform right over here. And once you make your way to the end of this platform, the toy plane should be on this little hill right over here. So once you do make it to the end, you can go ahead and touch it. That should be the second item done right over there. And once you get that, you can just fall off the obby and it will teleport you back here to the main path. Now once you're back at the main path right over here, you actually want to go right over here and keep going all the way until you do reach this little ice fort on the right side right over here. So right over here, once you keep going around on the right side, you should be able to find this little ice fort, and you actually want to make your way to the center of the ice fort. And keep in mind there are going to be these little bears throwing snowballs at you, but they don't kill you, they just stun you a little bit, but you can keep making your way past them right over here. And once you make your way past the bears right over here, you should be in this area, and you actually want to get over to this little light wire here with these candies on top. So you actually want to make a little left turn and head over to the entrance on the left side over here, and I should be in this little mini castle area. And then from here you can just double jump and hover over until you do reach the top of this area right over here. So once you make your way over to the top of this tower, you should be able to reach this lights over here, and then you can actually walk across to where this next item is located right over here. And keep in mind you actually want to be careful as the bear is still trying to throw you off here, so make sure to avoid that if you can. But once you do make it across that wire right over here, the cookies should be right over here, which is the third item that you need. And once you're done with that, you can just exit this fort area and make your way back down this little hill right over here to the center. And then once you make your way down the hill, you want to find this colorful sign once again, and then you actually want to walk past that and make your way to this little center area where there is this ice water. And the mittens, which is the last item, is actually across these little ice platforms right over here. So you just want to jump across and make your way to this little platform with the mittens, and you should be able to touch them and get all 4 items. So once you get all 4 of those items, you should get a message here that Junkbot is ready for the next part of the quest. So then you can head back to the cabin area right over there, right across the ice lake. And you can just speed boost across the ice lake. You don't actually have to walk around to go back to the cabin, and that's just a little shortcut here to actually get back to this at a much quicker pace. So once you make your way back inside the cabin next to Junkbot right over here, you can talk to them and they will give you the next part of the quest. And right over here, once you finish talking to them, you will actually get these presents to appear here. And once again, similar to last year, you will actually need to deliver these to different houses, and the color of the gift box is the house you need to deliver it to. So over here, the first one we're going to get is this yellow one, and keep in mind you can't really do much movement with these. You're very limited in the movement you have, so be careful not to drop it or lose it. But once you do have the gift box, you can leave the cabin right over here, and you actually want to head over to where we saw that yellow banner a bit earlier. And you can also use these signs on the side of the path if you ever get lost, as they point to which direction each gift needs to be delivered. So right over here, the yellow one is pointing to the left, so you want to follow this path right over here, heading over to the yellow banner. So right over here, once you keep following the path, you should be able to find the yellow banner right over here, and you'll basically need to get to the bottom of a ski slope right over here. You'll ride these little red tubes, and you'll have to do a little mini obstacle course to actually get to the bottom. And the path is pretty simple. There's usually candy in the middle of the path, pretty much telling you the correct way to go, just in case you do get lost. But you just want to be careful not to fall off or hit some obstacle on your way down. You just want to make your way all the way to the bottom where the house is, where you need to deliver the gift. And you can also pick up the candy on your way down, as that will help you reach the 300 mark for the last quest. Now once you're here, you actually need to deliver this present to the chimney of the house, and you can't really do much once again because your movement is limited, so you will need to do actually a couple different maneuvers to actually reach that area. But from here, once you get to the bottom of the ski slope, you would head over to this little hill right over here, which has this Christmas lights attached to it, and you want to climb up to the top of this little hill right over here. Now once you reach the top of this hill, you actually want to climb up to where the Christmas lights are, and then you want to make your way across these Christmas lights. Now once you're about to reach the end of these lights, you actually want to drop down to this wire beneath you right over here, and then make your way across to where the chimney is. So once you do make your way to the top of the chimney, you want to press E to drop the present, and it should be the first one done out of the 4. And you basically just want to repeat this process for the other 3 presents, dropping them in each chimney for each colored house that the gift matches. But once you do that, you can head over to this little open present on the left side right over here to head back to where the beginning of the ski slope is right over here. And then once you're back at the ski slope, you can head back to the cabin area to pick up the next present. So right over here, the next present is going to be this red one, so you want to pick that up and make your way out of the cabin. And also keep in mind, you don't have to do these in any specific order. The quest will still work if you do it in any random order. But once you have the red one, you want to head over to the left side over here and keep following where these markers are pointing to. So over here, you want to keep following the path and skip past the yellow one, which we just did. So over here, after you keep walking for a while, you should be able to reach the red banner on the left side, which is the next ski slope. So once you do reach it right over here, you can hop into the red tube and begin the next path downwards. So right over here, once you make your way to the bottom of this ski slope once again, you want to use these little hills on the right side of this house to make your way up to where the chimney is. So once you get up to the chimney, once again you want to press E to drop it, and that should be the second one done out of the 4. So once you do that, you can head over to this open present once again to get back up to the top of the ski slope. And once you're back at the top right over here, you can head back to the cabin once again to pick up the next gift. So once you're back at the gift area right over here, the next one is going to be this green one right over here. So you want to press E to pick that one up, and then you can exit the cabin with it. So once you exit the cabin with it, now you actually want to head over on the right side this time, and you want to follow these signs once again, pointing to where the green banner is. So over here, right around the corner of the cabin is the green banner. So you want to head over to the red tube right at the start, and once again you can make your way down to the bottom to deliver the present. And keep in mind for these ski slopes, some of these are actually pretty sharp turns, so you want to be a bit careful to not actually hit anything, as you will have to restart the ski slope with the gift to actually make it back down. Right over here, once you make your way to the bottom once again, you will need to do a similar approach to the yellow one, where you need to find this Christmas light right over here, and then use it to get up to the top of this house. So right over here, once you do make it up to this chimney, you can go ahead and drop the present off, and that should be the third one done right over there. And then once you deliver that one, you can head over to the open present once again, and then make your way back to the top of the ski slope. And then once you're back at the top, you want to head back to the cabin once again to get the last present, which is going to be the blue present. So right over here, back at the present area, you want to collect the last one right over here, and make your way back outside the cabin to deliver it. So once you're back outside the cabin, you want to head over to the right side once again, and then similar case, follow these markers on the right side to deliver the blue present to the blue area. So right over here, you want to pass the green banner, which we were just at, and keep making your way down this main path right over here. So right over here, once you keep making your way down the path, on the right side of the ice fort that we were at the beginning, there should be the blue banner right over here with the last ski slope that you need to be at. So once you reach it right over here, you can hop into the red tube and make your way down this last ski slope. So right over here, once you make your way down this ski slope, you want to make your way to the chimney. So you need to do a bit of parkour right over here on the right side to actually reach the top of that chimney right over here. So right over here, after you do those 3 jumps, you can head up this hill, and then you'll need to do a few more jumps right over here to reach that chimney. So right over here, after you finish those jumps, you can head over to the roof and deliver the last present inside the chimney right over here. So once you make it to the chimney, you can press E to drop it. That should be all 4 presents delivered. So now you can make your way back to the junk bots at the cabin area. And once again, you will need at least 300 candies to actually obtain the last prize for the quest. So over here, you can head back to this open present to make your way back up to the beginning of the ski slope. And then from here, you can make your way back to the cabin area where the junk bot is. So right over here, once you're back inside the cabin, you can talk to the junk bot now, and he will give you the reward right over here, which is going to be this little present. And right over here, he says that you will get a bonus reward if you have the 300 candies. Right over here, we're first going to claim this present, which should give you this new little skin here for your avatar, which is a pretty festive red, white, and green striped pattern. But once you do that, you can go ahead and talk to junk bot again, and he will give you the last prize if you have the 300 candies. And right over here, the last prize is going to be this Christmas lights right over here in this box. So you can head over to that box right over here on the right side, and this should be the last item for the event right over here. So yeah, those are all of the items for the Christmas events, all 4 of the regular hidden ones, as well as the 2 extra things you can get from the quest right over here. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful to you guys, and you were able to get these items. And yeah, that's this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.